Picture this, you and your partner are having a disagreement about where to go for dinner. It's a common scenario, isn't it? A scene replayed in countless relationships across the globe. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. You see, these disagreements, these arguments, they're not anomalies in your relationship. In fact, they're a natural part of any connection between two individuals. Yes, you heard that right. Arguments are indeed natural. They're the inevitable result of two distinct individuals with unique backgrounds, perspectives, and preferences trying to coexist in the same shared space. But here's where things get interesting. It's not the disagreements themselves that are problematic. It's how we handle them that can either strengthen our bond or, if we're not careful, weaken it. Think about it. When you're arguing about where to go for dinner, it's not really about the dinner, is it? It's about respect, about consideration, about understanding and valuing each other's preferences. It's about negotiation and compromise, and most importantly, it's about communication. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that every disagreement should be a grand debate about the fundamental principles of your relationship, not at all. What I am saying, however, is that every argument, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is an opportunity. An opportunity to better understand your partner, to improve your communication, to strengthen your bond. So, the next time you find yourself in a disagreement, remember this. It's not about winning or losing. It's not about proving a point or asserting dominance. It's about understanding, about respect, about love. Remember, the disagreement isn't the problem. It's how you argue that matters. And that's what we're going to delve into in the next few minutes. We're going to discuss how to argue effectively, how to turn these disagreements into opportunities for growth and connection. So stick around. You might just learn something that could change your relationship for the better. The disagreement isn't the problem. It's how you argue that matters. So why is it important to argue effectively? Well, the art of arguing effectively is a cornerstone of successful communication. It's not about a battle of wills or who has the last word. It's about expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a way that encourages dialogue rather than shutting it down. When you argue effectively, you prevent misunderstandings that could escalate into larger issues. You create an environment where both parties feel heard and understood. You promote a culture of respect where disagreements are seen as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as threats or disruptions. Furthermore, arguing effectively can actually strengthen relationships. It allows for the expression of different perspectives, fostering understanding and empathy. It encourages open-mindedness, adaptability, and compromise qualities that are essential for any strong, healthy relationship. So remember, arguing effectively is not about winning or losing. It's about understanding and growth. Arguing effectively is about understanding and growth, not winning or losing. First tip, stay focused on the topic. It's easy to get sidetracked during an argument. Emotions run high, and suddenly, you're not just arguing about who forgot to take out the trash, you're bringing up that one time 3 years ago when your partner forgot your anniversary. But here's the thing. Deviating from the topic at hand only stokes the fire of conflict. It introduces new issues, new points of contention, and before you know it, you're not even sure what you're arguing about anymore. So remember this, stick to the point. Keep your argument laser focused on the issue that sparked the disagreement. Avoid the temptation to bring in unrelated matters or past issues. This discipline will help keep the argument from spiraling out of control and will increase the chances of reaching a resolution. Remember, the goal is to resolve the issue at hand, not to bring up past issues. Second tip, listen actively. You might wonder, what does that mean? Well, active listening is all about fully focusing on your partner, understanding their message, responding thoughtfully, and then remembering what's been said. It's not just about hearing the words, but also catching the underlying emotions and meanings. Now, why is this important in an argument? Active listening is a sign of respect. It shows that you value your partner's feelings and thoughts, even if you don't agree with them. When you listen actively, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're genuinely trying to understand where your partner is coming from. Remember, arguments are not about winning or losing. They're about understanding each other better. And active listening plays a crucial role in that. It helps to diffuse tension and paves the way for a more constructive conversation. So, the next time you find yourself in an argument, take a moment, breathe, and listen. Active listening is key to understanding your partner's point of view. Third tip, use I statements. This technique is all about owning your emotions and expressing them without pointing fingers or assigning blame. It's a method that fosters understanding and empathy, rather than escalating conflict. Let's break it down. When you use an I statement, you're essentially saying, "This is how I feel when this happens." You're not blaming or criticizing your partner, but instead you're explaining your emotional reaction to a particular situation. For instance, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could say, "I feel ignored when I'm talking and it seems like you're not paying attention." See the difference? The latter communicates your feelings without accusing your partner of doing something wrong. The magic of I statements is that it shifts the focus from what the other person is doing wrong to how their actions are impacting you. This approach promotes empathy and understanding and can significantly alter the course of an argument for the better. Using I statements helps to express your feelings without blaming your partner. Fourth tip, take a break if needed. Now, this might seem counterintuitive. Surely you'd want to resolve the disagreement as soon as possible, right? Well, not always. Sometimes the heat of the moment can cloud our judgment and prevent us from seeing the other person's perspective. That's where taking a break comes in. Taking a break doesn't mean you're abandoning the argument or avoiding a resolution. Rather, it's about giving both parties some breathing room. It allows you to cool down, gather your thoughts, and approach the disagreement with a clear and rational mind. It's about recognizing that the conversation is going in circles, or getting too heated, and deciding to step back for a while. Think of it this way. A short break can stop a small disagreement from escalating into a major fight. It's about maintaining the health of the relationship over winning an argument. Remember, it's okay to take a break and revisit the discussion when emotions are not running high. Final tip, seek help if necessary. It's crucial to acknowledge when you've reached a point where a neutral third party, such as a therapist or counselor, may be beneficial. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, our disagreements can persist or even escalate. This doesn't mean failure. It simply indicates that an outside perspective could be helpful. Professional help can provide a safe space for open discussion, guiding you towards more effective communication strategies. Therapists and counselors are trained to mediate heated discussions, help identify underlying issues, and suggest practical solutions. Remember, seeking help is not a last resort. It can be a proactive step to ensure that your relationship remains strong and healthy. It's about equipping yourselves with the necessary tools to navigate through disagreements effectively. Don't let pride or fear of judgment prevent you from seeking the assistance you need. Embrace the opportunity to learn and grow together. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but a step towards a healthier relationship. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We have journeyed through 5 key tips to argue effectively in a relationship, each playing a significant role in fostering understanding and harmony. Firstly, we discovered the importance of staying focused on the topic. It's easy to get derailed during a heated conversation, but remember, wandering off topic only muddies the waters. Keeping your discussion on point helps to resolve issues efficiently and prevents unnecessary confusion and frustration. Next, we emphasize the value of active listening. It's not just about hearing what your partner says, but understanding their perspective and feelings. This isn't a one-way street, it requires participation from both parties. When you listen actively, you're telling your partner, "I value your viewpoint, I want to understand you better." Our third tip was using I statements. This small change in language can have a profound impact on your communication. Instead of saying, "You always forget to do the dishes," try, "I feel overwhelmed when I have to do the dishes alone." This approach reduces defensiveness and opens the door for empathy and understanding. We also talked about the benefit of taking a break if needed. Remember, it's okay to step away and gather your thoughts. A break can provide a much-needed breather, preventing things from escalating and allowing you both to approach the situation with a clearer mind. Our final tip was seeking help if necessary. There's no shame in reaching out to a professional when you're stuck. Sometimes an impartial third party can provide the tools and insights you need to navigate your way through challenging conversations. Each of these tips contributes to effective arguing, a process that isn't about winning or losing, but about understanding and growth. They're tools to help you navigate the emotional landscape of your relationship, promoting empathy, respect, and mutual growth. Remember, the goal of arguing isn't to win, but to understand each other better and strengthen your